Westminster has taught me that leadership is not a position, an inherited trait, or a tendency. It's an attitude. Being named captain of the women's basketball team does not guarantee a group of athletes willing to follow. Acquiring the title seminar mentor doesn't ensure a group of freshmen who want to listen. And earning a spot on the gross anatomy team certainly does not mean that the cadaver is going to teach you herself. Leadership takes action and the will to succeed. You must first discover your values and lead yourself before you can expect others to follow.
One of the biggest things that Westminster taught me about leadership is that dedication and passion are just as important in some cases as raw talent. If you direct that dedication and passion to the organizations that matter most, you can achieve more and create a bigger impact as a leader.
One of the best lessons that Westminster taught me about leadership was to think outside the box and to think critically. That ability to adapt and being willing to has made me a great team member and leader in my current office.
I think the thing that really sets Westminster apart as far as its leadership development is the fact that there are so many opportunities here on campus, but really none of those opportunities are set in your lap. You know, from the first day you're here, this college emphasizes, we want you to be your very best, but at the same time, you have to show that initiative. And I think throughout my entire experience here, if you wanted something and you were willing to work for it and you wanted to do that, that was something well within your reach, and Westminster does whatever they can to give you the tools and the materials to achieve what you desire.
At Westminster, we were taught to consider all opinions, to hear perspectives from other points of view, and to weigh all of the input before reaching our own conclusion. And once a conclusion is reached, then articulating a vision for the future that others will agree with.
What Westminster College has taught me about leadership is that leadership lies within every individual. Any individual can be a leader. My personal philosophy on leadership is that of making a difference, and Westminster College certainly helps you to make that difference.
My time at Westminster began after a trip from a small town in Arkansas, coming from a small high school, not having a lot of opportunities, to arriving to what seemed to be a huge campus in comparison, and having lots of opportunities. I was able to grow in my sorority and on my athletic team, and I credit Westminster to all kinds of successes I had after gaining that leadership and having people to support me.
The people here are assets. You get to know the professors. You're in a situation where you begin to find out not only your own strengths, but your own weaknesses. And you begin, if you're thoughtful about it, to figure out ways to complement your weaknesses and make your strengths part of a team rather than wandering off in your own direction. So that's what this school was most important for me, and what I hope the students here will get is that community is how you drive progress, and excellence moves forward in communities of excellence. And to the extent that anybody is not being excellent, they're actually not only hurting themselves, but they're hurting the people around them.
I think what Westminster's taught me the most about leadership is the importance of developing relationships with the people that I'm leading. And sometimes that's really not easy because people have different points of view and they come from different backgrounds. But I think the diversity of Westminster with the professors and faculty and the students has really helped me to develop these relationships with people different than myself. And I think this is what's helped me to become a more effective leader.
I've learned that leadership is not necessarily about being the best, and it's certainly not about adding another line to your resume. To me, leadership is about the selfless service to others, and unless if you really believe in your organization and the people around you and support them, then you'll never be able to succeed.
One of the mottos that I strive to live by as a judge on this court is to let justice be served, not those who serve it. But this concept of servant leadership, quite frankly, was foreign to me until I had the opportunity to be exposed to Westminster teaching legends like Rory Williams and Leon Wilkerson and Bill Young, Peter Kim, just to name a few. Those teachers, those professors, what they understood about teaching is that people may doubt what you say, but they will believe what you do. Those teachers, through their actions and through their lives, taught us that true leadership resembles humility, compassion, and a genuine desire to serve other people, not your own ego.
I believe that leadership is the decision to act, even at great risk, to inspire or motivate others to change the status quo. Westminster College provides a world-class set of lifelong learning skills so that its student leaders know how to affect others and motivate them to change.
If there's one thing I've learned about being a leader at Westminster, it's that leadership is just as much a personal choice as it is a personal quality. You can have all of the characteristics of a leader, but without that choice to act, that decision to do something, it's really worthless. And as students here, we have faculty and staff that model that really well for us. People who constantly, daily make the choice to lead and also put us as students in positions to learn how to do that as well.
I asked, what did Westminster teach me about leadership? Westminster doesn't teach leadership, they live leadership. It would have been both the academic and the Greek. So when I got out of school, I started this company within 1 year, and there had to be leadership displayed. And these all came very natural to me because of what I'd seen and what I learned through example at Westminster.
Most importantly, Westminster has completely redefined my concept of leadership. It hasn't necessarily taught me how to guide people or how to be on top of everyone else. Instead, Westminster has really taught me how to guide with people and to understand the needs and the demands of an increasingly diverse world.
Westminster faculty and staff are really great at encouraging our students to take on their personal initiatives. And so while I am a student, I'm also very active in my community. My sophomore year, I was able to both stay at Westminster and go to class, and also participate in local politics in Jefferson City, Missouri. And I had such a great experience that I came back to campus and helped to create what is now the Capital Internship Program. And as a sophomore, I was able to actively create this program where legislators and students can get together and work on projects throughout the semester. And it really takes my personal initiative I couldn't have found anywhere else.
Westminster has taught me the true meaning of leadership and what it is to be a leader. It's not about a position or a role that we take as students, but it's about helping others and bringing our societies to their best. This allows us to grow as global leaders and bring positive impact on the world.
Westminster taught me to persevere, to accept and manage risk, to participate, to communicate, to seize responsibility, and above all, Westminster taught me to think, and it instilled a lifelong desire to learn.
What is truly unique about Westminster's approach to leadership development is that we're not just training to be leaders tomorrow. We are leading today. Today we are leading our peers and our world. And I think a great example of that is this summer I had an opportunity to work to plan a national conference that will take place in 2015. And I am certain that I would not have been prepared to do that without the experiences I had at Westminster College. If I were not able to be a student ambassador or work with SGA or Campus Activities Board. Westminster College truly prepares students to live lives of success, significance, and service. And it is this preparation for which I will forever be grateful.
I don't know that there's any seminal moment that you say, wow, Westminster changed me and changed my life, and I became a leader on this day or because I was elected to this office. Rather, you know, it's kind of a flip of the old joke of, you know, you can't soar like an eagle when you're flying around with a bunch of turkeys. Well, at Westminster, the wonderful thing about it is there are so many eagles. There are eagles on the faculty, there are eagles among the student body, and the place has been imbued for so many years with eagles, with people who think in visionary ways, who want to change the world in their small corner of the world. So many people are churned out by this little college that go on to do great things. It sets an expectation while you're there that you are going to become something significant in your field of endeavor. And it doesn't matter what that field of endeavor is. It gives you this expectation of, well, this is just what we do at Westminster. We graduate from here and we go on and we make an impact.
The voices and faces of leadership at Westminster College are as varied and diverse as this global community we have created. No one class, no one organization, no one person, no one moment illuminated the path of the Westminster leaders of the past and present, nor will one influence pave the way for the Westminster leaders of tomorrow. Westminster leaders emerge from the holistic Westminster experience, from the academic challenge to the traditions we cherish together, from the environment we nurture to the mission we uphold. These testimonies from our students and alumni are living proof the impact of Westminster's approach to intellectual, personal, and leader development is nothing short of life-changing. For generations past and for generations to come, the Westminster experience embodies finding one's passion and using that passion to make a mark on the world and to inspire others to achieve greatness as well. As our students go back out through the columns and into the world, they do so as global citizens, prepared to lead lives marked not just by success, but also by significance and by a deep commitment to service.